When Lauren and David moved into the old farmhouse in upstate New York, they knew it needed work. The listing had mentioned charming history and rustic charm, which translated into creaking floorboards, drafty windows, and a deep-rooted smell of mildew.
But they didn't care. It was space. It was quiet. And most of all, it was far from the city, which had only reminded them of what they lost, their daughter, Ava, who drowned the previous fall. They never spoke of her death anymore.
Grief was an ocean they waded through in silence. One rainy evening, while unpacking boxes in the attic, Lauren heard a giggle, faint, childlike. She froze, listened. Then it came again, from the floor below. David was out getting groceries. She crept down the stairs, calling out, nervously, "Hello?" Nothing. But in the living room, the air was thick. And there, on the dusty mantel, something new had appeared. A photograph of Ava. It was one Lauren had never seen before. Ava stood in the woods, barefoot, wearing a dress she'd never owned. Her eyes were too wide, her smile wrong. She snatched the photo, heart pounding, and burned it in the fireplace. The next morning, it was back. That night, David was awakened by soft footsteps in the hallway. He rose, expecting to find Lauren, but the bed beside him was empty. He followed the sound to Ava's old room, unused, still painted pale yellow. The door was ajar. Inside, Lauren was sitting on the floor, her back to him. She was whispering lullabies to someone. He stepped closer. Softly. "Lauren?" She turned slowly, eyes glassy. Her voice was hollow, monotone. "She's cold. I'm keeping her warm." Next to her sat a small shape under a blanket. It moved. David tore the blanket away. There was nothing there, just Ava's old teddy bear, moldy and torn. But the floorboards underneath it were wet and smelled like river water. Over the next week, they both heard things. Laughter in the walls, tiny wet footprints in the hallway, the pitter-patter of a child running, but no child ever there. Then one night, Lauren screamed. David found her in the attic, backed into a corner, shaking violently, terrified. "She came from the wall," she cried. "She's not Ava." Carved into the wood behind her in small, perfect letters. "Let me in. I promise I'll be good this time." The next morning, David packed their things. He was done. But Lauren refused to leave. Exhausted,